And then I just knew, whatever I was going to do, I was going to find my mother because I just felt her.
She was stolen from her mother when she was just a baby and later sent across the ocean to a family right here in Ohio.
Decades later, she went on a search to find her mother, and tonight she shares that incredible journey with News 5 anchor Homa Bash.
We never would have found it.
The bond between a mother and daughter is something special.
I lived my life for her all the way through.
Marie Wydra's story starts back in 1954, the day she was born. The place, a home for unwed mothers and their babies in Ireland.
Is the orphanage still up and running?
It was closed in the 90s. That's how long
it lasted all the way to the 90s.
Marie was forcibly taken from her 28-year-old mother at just 2 weeks old, placed in an orphanage for 2 years, until a family from Cleveland paid to adopt her, and the nightmare began.
I unfortunately was sold to a couple who were both alcoholics. It turned out to be a horrible existence. I was locked in rooms, I was beaten.
After years of horrific abuse, Marie left home at 16, vowing to spend her life helping babies and children, and vowing to someday find the mother she knew was out there. She became a pediatric nurse, married, children of her own. Life was good, but still.
And then I just knew, whatever I was going to do, I was going to find my mother because I just felt her.
A decade ago, news out of Ireland reopened old wounds. Mass graves discovered at mothers' and babies' homes. Reuters reporting around 9,000 children died in total from abuse, neglect, and brutal living conditions.
Not helping them with their labors, no comfort, no anything. And a lot of them died, a lot of the babies died.
And that's when Marie knew she had to go back to her motherland and at least try to find her mother. So with her daughter Megan leading the way, they booked a trip to Ireland for just 1 week.
I couldn't imagine not knowing my mother. I don't know how she, even carried that with her whole life.
Armed with Ancestry.com data, they pinpointed Marie's roots to 2 Irish villages. And from there, fate took hold.
I could say that I did as much planning as I could, but there were a lot of people upstairs helping pull some strings. The right people dropped in our lives at the exact right moments.
Like the driver they hired, who just happened to be in a pub band with a distant relative of Marie's and started making calls. And so, days later, Marie found her mother, the one her adoptive parents had told her was dead.
We didn't even let each other go. The 2 days we were there. We were holding hands, we were hugging, we were looking at each other, we were soaking each other in.
She found her just as she always knew she would.
And we looked alike. That was the best part. All the siblings kept remarking, "Oh my gosh, you look just like your mom."
They kept calling her Mini Mom.
Mini Mom.
And she found her just months before her mother died from cancer.
So you were taken from your mom at 2.
Yes.
How old were you when you saw her again?
62.
Wow.
62. It was just unbelievable.
Unbelievable is an understatement. It is a story that sounds like something straight out of a movie. A story so wild, they had to turn it into a book. Written by mother and daughter, Marie and Megan. Titled, I Knew You Were There.
The goal of this book is not only to share this incredible journey and story of hope, but also to raise awareness about child abuse and intervention. It is available right now with a portion of proceeds going to help abused children. Homa Bash, News 5.